Thank you everybody for coming. This is our annual meeting. All right, so the business partnership, Southbridge Business Partnership. What our goal is to one, build the partnership so that we can help the local businesses. All right, so our goal is to grow the partnership. The challenge for you people are that if you know somebody that would be interested in coming to these meetings, just to check it out. They don't have to join, but they just want to check it out, see what we're doing, see what we're about, and notice the benefit that we offer. And that's, the stronger the partnership is, the stronger the businesses within the partnership will be. And that's what we're trying to do. I grew up in this town. I've lived here my entire life. I've seen it when I was a kid, when it was booming and popular, and businesses were open everywhere. We want to be that again. And I think we can. We've got a strong roots in manufacturing. We've got Hyde Manufacturing. We've got Dexter Russell. This town has all the little pieces. They just need to be basically put together in order to, for us all to thrive. You get 12 individual meetings for your money, where you can talk and you can network with people. You can work with other people on cross marketing programs. You can talk to the business partnership and tell us what it is we can do for you to help you out. So we're invested. But you look around, I'd love this entire room to be filled. I would love the business partnership to have 100 members, to have 150 members. And that's obviously where we'd all like to be. All right. One quick note. We have business partnership has a marketing team of one. And I'm going to tell you a story. Dexter Russell, we primarily make kitchen cutleries for restaurants. So, and everybody knows with the kind of economic uncertainty, business has been flat for the last 2 years. So we're still okay though. Everything's fine. But what our little factory outlet on River Street had a record year. All we did was marketing through SBP. We did marketing through Facebook, Instagram, and that was all spearheaded by Olivia, who's our marketing specialist. So that's what a good marketing program can do for you. That's what networking, amongst ourselves can do for you. And that's the goal. That's what we're trying to do. I'd like to thank Steve for hosting. Amazing. The food is fantastic. The alcohol is certainly an extra. Always appreciated. But this is a beautiful, amazing facility. After work, come here for a beer. Ball game on, come here, watch the ball game. The bar is fantastic. The food is amazing. This is support your community time. When I want to go grocery shopping, I go to Big Bunny, and a lot of times, more often than not, I'll see Pete Knoyer there. So these are the people in your community. This is our, duty and our responsibility to basically support each other and help this partnership grow. We've got guests here who are going to be from Quabog Valley Community Development Corporation, QVCDC. I had to write it down. But let's see. We have Lindsay O'Coin, who's going to speak first. After we do our little, we've got some housekeeping to do as far as voting and board members, and then we have James DeRosa also. So they will be talking about QVCDC. Huh? Ah, damn it. QV, I can do that? Fantastic, thank you. All right. I've also got Kate Johnson here, who's going to talk for a little bit, like towards the end, and she's going to explain some of the National Grid, electric questions. Perfect. All right. Awesome. Thank you. First of all, to be a successful and large business partnership, we need to not only have new members join, we need to staff our board of directors. So our board of directors, and we also have an opening on the executive board for a vice president. So here's the opportunity. If anybody in the room would like to volunteer for the board, we'd love to have your name, and we'd love to bring it up at our next board meeting. Anybody? You know, we're giving away a block set, by the way. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. All right. Perfect. Anyone? Dave, you're already on the board.
No, I do want to nominate somebody for the board.
Okay. We can do that now.
Okay, I'd like to nominate Erica Burrows from Center of Hope.
Perfect. Beautiful. Yep.
Do we need to second that?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know all the rules, but yes. Can we? We're not voting for. The only thing we're going to be voting tonight would be for the empty executive spot.
Okay.
All right. So we've got Erica, we've got Shay. All right. Jasmine, board. Fantastic. All right. Anybody? No pressure. Yeah, the secretary's doing. I'm pinch hitting for Bob tonight. So, but you're writing it down, right? So we got Erica, we got Jasmine, we've got Shay, and going once. Oh, Chris. Yeah. Chris from UMass.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. Okay, perfect. Now, would anybody like to nominate someone to fill the vice president spot on the?
Yes. Yes, I nominate Dave Adams.
Second, Aaron.
Wow. That's awesome. Okay, so yes.
I want to nominate someone else for the board.
Okay.
Floor.
That's a good choice. Mark on Floor from Timeless Beauty for the board.
Yeah, good. I got
All right. And actually, I visited her on, I think it was Saturday. I forget. It was Monday. No, it was Monday. It was the holiday. Yeah. So yeah, it's a beautiful shop. Timeless Beauty on, is it 14 Hamilton Street? Yes. Timeless Beauty. Fabulous. Okay. So, a show of hands. We want to approve Dave Adams as Vice President of the Southbridge Business Partnership. And you guys just aren't voting because you're not part of it. I got it. I don't want Dave to be offended. That looks unanimous. So, thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave. Dave might be talking later on. We'll give you a moment to speak at the end, all right? Beautiful. Thank you. All right. Well, that was easy. So Lindsay from Quabog Valley Community Development Corporation, or QV. Nice. Beautiful. All right.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having us here tonight. So I left some packets around the room. It's got a plethora of information about the QVCDC. We are located out of Ware, Mass. We have been around for 30 years. We serve 20 towns in the Quabog Valley. We're everywhere from Charlton, Dudley, Southbridge, Holland, Wales, Munson, right around through Belchertown. So we're kind of all over the place. Unfortunately, since COVID, this area of our coverage has been lacking. We haven't have much of a presence, so we wanted to make sure that we are letting everybody out here know exactly what we do. So we have our loan program, which James will speak about, and I'll give you a quick rundown of some of the other programs we have. Then I'll go into our business development, which is really the important one here. So QBCDC has a lot of programs going on. We have a senior outreach program, which takes care of seniors. Right now, it's only in the Ware area. Usually, it is in Ware, Hardwick, and Warren. Those are partnerships through the town or towns. We also run the Quabog Connector. That is not out in this area yet, but that is a microtransit that is basically our only form of transportation kind of in the area. That's another great program. There's information on that in there. They're not really important to what everybody, business owners do. So they are great. We're hoping that they expand into the area. For residents and business owners in the area, we do have a Learn and Save program. This is a financial literacy program that is a match savings program at the same time. So you don't have to be a business owner. You can be an individual as long as you're over the age of 18, earning income, and are income qualified as low to moderate income. You save your money every month. We match it up to a capped amount at the end of the program. That money goes towards an approved asset. So that's a great program. We had a girl our last session who saved up and bought a car. She had no credit going into the program. She had no credit card. She had nothing. And she ended up buying a car, putting a very good down payment on it, and can now take a better job because she's not reliant on a car that can only take her to a short distance. So, it's a really great program. There is the waitlist flyer in there. If you know anybody that would be interested in that, we're always taking waitlist applications. And then, our big thing, small business development. I'm the small business development coordinator. We help small businesses with everything from loan readiness. If you're getting ready to go to a bank for a loan, we can help make sure that you're ready. That you're going to have everything that they're going to require, and that you will hopefully have a successful loan application. We do profit and loss statements, helping businesses write a business plan, updating an older business plan. We work with people on QuickBooks, bookkeeping, marketing. We do these through workshops, and we do them through one-on-ones with our consultants. And most of our services are at no charge to the business owner. If the business owner does not qualify, or there is for some reason not funding, we do provide the services at very low cost. So it's basically, if a business needs something and they come to me and they say, like, I need help with this, if it's not something that I listed on a flyer, that doesn't mean we can't help. It just means we haven't helped with that yet. So we're always willing to work with new consultants. We're willing to work with your consultants. If you have somebody you want to work with, we're always willing to bring new people on board. It's a very simple process for them and for us. We have a marketing workshop coming up in Southbridge. It will be held at High Tools. It is going to be on March 7th. It is 9:30 to 2:30. The cost of this class is only going to be $25. Usually we charge $125, but we are doing it as a $25 class. The class is fantastic. We held one last May at High Tools, and it was phenomenal. The gentleman that does it has been doing marketing for a very long time and has held classes for us, 3 to 4 times a year for probably the last 6 to 7 years. So he does a very, very good job. It's a fantastic class. We would really love to bring more classes to this area. We want to hear what you what business owners need. Do you need QuickBooks? Do you need bookkeeping? Do you, whatever it is, let us know. We're having a free Excel and free Google Suite session. Those are being held in Ware. That's all I have booked right now. I am happy to book those out here if that's something that people want. My card is in there. There's, some information on the classes. Feel free to email me, call me, reach out to me. If there's something that your business needs or something you think that the community could use, we would love to be able to help. Like, we're a phenomenal resource for, businesses in our area because we work so closely with them. We would love that for this same and get the relationship we used to have back out here now that we don't have COVID shutting everything down and, all the programs kind of getting back up to speed. So I think that is all I have. If anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer them. And if they don't, then I will let James take over.
Coming up is James DeRosa.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for hosting us. My name's James DeRosa. I work for the Quabog Valley CDC, the same as Lindsay, and I'm in charge of the small business program. So a lot of times a business will seek financing, especially if they're a startup business, and they'll seek financing through a bank, and they might not be able to get that funding they need because they are a startup business and they're high risk. So that's where we step in and we try to lend to those businesses as responsibly as we can. And we lend for several items. The main ones are going to be materials, maybe a working capital, a line of credit, and there are a few things that we can't lend for, such as construction, and we can't do anything in the marijuana industry, okay? So we try to be as fair as we can to all of our applicants. Okay, we've been around since, like Lindsay mentioned, since the late 1990s. And to date, we've done about $6.9 million to local businesses, so that's a lot of loans. The average loan size is about $30,000 to businesses within Palmer, Munson, Wales, Warren, trying to get out here into Southbridge and Charlton and Sturbridge. Our primary loan source is a straight term loan, so we typically do them from 3 years to 8 years. And then the line of credit works a little bit differently. It's a revolving line of credit. It works on a 2-year draw period, and the business can kind of recycle that money for a 2-year period as their business needs to utilize the money. And there was one example that I gave out of a business that I wanted to kind of explain. Everybody should have a little postcard from a business called Wheels on the Bus, and they gave me kind of permission to speak to you all tonight about their business. They were a really unique business that came to us about a year or so ago, and it was a father-son duo, and the father had been impaired, so he gets around through a wheelchair, but because of the fact that he's in a wheelchair, he had a hard time finding transportation. So him and his son started up this business called Wheels on the Bus, and their primary job is to go around and transport people who have no other source of commuting. If they have a hard time getting in a standard car, or the vehicle that's trying to get them from A to B might not be handicap accessible. So they started their own business, and they came to us for a loan, and their vehicles that they had already purchased themselves needed the equipment necessary to load all the handicapped individuals onto that vehicle. So we were able to assist them with the financing for that, and now their business is up and running. And they're right here, they're local to Southbridge, so if anybody knows anybody who needs services like that, they're two very fine gentlemen, and they're always willing to go out within the community and help whoever needs transportation. And the other item that we have In Lindsay's packet was just our brochure. It goes into a little depth about kind of who we are as a business and a little bit about the loan application process. But if you know of any business that does need financing, the best way to do it is just to call in on our direct line there, and you'll most likely get a hold of me or Lindsay, and then we can walk you through the process from there. And we're really just trying to be a good resource to businesses starting up who can't get capital anywhere else. Okay, anybody have any questions? So we had access to grants during COVID times, but we don't have them anymore. If we get them, I'll be sure to let whoever is interested know. We just don't get them like we used to. When COVID,
Stay in the state of Massachusetts.
yep, just Massachusetts. So we're Hampden, Hampshire, and Worcester County. Yeah, so we're generally speaking, we're about 1% higher than a bank. Okay, 1% higher. Yep. So like if they went to a local Cornerstone or Munson Savings Bank, let's say their rate for a commercial loan would be 8%. We're going to bump it up to 9%. We have a board that essentially approves all of our applicants. We don't make the decisions ourselves. It goes to a board, and they collectively make the decision. And whatever the going rate or the prime rate for the bank is, we just bump it up 1% because we are taking more risk.
What's the maximum length of the loan?
So 8 years, eight-year term loan is the maximum that we offer. We go up to $200,000. So it's not necessarily the largest loan amount, but it's significant for most of the businesses that at least I see.
We are not in competition with the bank. It is, if a bank has turned you down and you can't get conventional financing, that's where we're happy to step in. The bank will refer you, probably, most likely, will refer you to us. So we're a little higher, but we're taking a bigger risk.
I've seen online lenders go as high as 30-35% for these loans. So we're not raking anybody over the coals, you know. So it's a good alternative source.
One more thing before we bring Kate up. We're going to be working on, the partnership is going to be working on the town guide. All right? The town guide, we've done it a couple times. It's a good tool for local businesses to advertise in the town guide. This will be the first year that we're doing a town guide physical and actually a digital copy of the town guide as well. So I know that we've got our board members working on that. So they will be reaching out to you guys to basically say, hey, you know, one, you're already a member of the partnership. Would you like to advertise in our town guide? And the town guide gets distributed all across Southbridge, and it's a good visual tool. The old one had some really interesting stuff in it. Now this year we've got more interesting stuff to show. So we've got our rail trail. We've got all sorts of other good stuff. So keep that in mind.
Thanks for the minor claps. Yeah, so like you said, I'm Kate Johnson. I'm here from the town of Southbridge. I just started a new role as an energy manager there. So part of that job is helping to connect people with Mass Save benefits. You've probably seen plenty of advertisements for that around. Basically, the first step to get your incentives and free or no cost improvements for your building is to get an energy assessment. So basically, what you want to do is go to www.masssave.com/Southbridge. You'll fill out a form and call and get your appointment scheduled. And then if you enter that information on the form, then I can have your information to follow up with you and see how it goes. I'll keep it short. But I would be interested, I don't know how much time there is, but if anyone has experiences with Mass Save or has already gotten their audit, I would love to hear about it. I'll also give you a heads up that I'll probably be bugging you like ongoing for the next couple of years. That's how long this role will. So I'll be visiting your businesses and attending different events and continuing to plug these efficiency updates.
What was the website again?
masssave.com/Southbridge. Thank you. You can contact me directly. I'm in the Economic Development and Planning Office in Town Hall. My email is kjohnson@southbridgemass.org, and I can give you my phone number if you'd like to. Sure. So one of the best for incentives, a lot of times they'll offer free weatherization. So that's pretty much instant cost savings on like insulation, weather stripping on doors, improving your windows, that sort of thing. For businesses, yep. So to qualify for a small business, it depends on your energy usage or your natural gas usage. So the incentives are going to vary a lot. They're very custom built to your needs and like where you qualify, if you're a nonprofit, if you're a landlord, or if you're a small business otherwise. But everyone gets the same first step. The energy audit is, most important.
Right.
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can, hey, do it for your house and your business, really. I think you can qualify every 5 years.
All right.
Thank you.
you. Appreciate it. This is the time of the meeting that we give the businesses opportunities to basically talk about their business. And I encourage everybody to take advantage of this. It's your opportunity to talk to a large group of people. It's your ability, to basically sell your business. And also, everybody keep in mind that hosting an event like this, although it is an awful lot of work, and Steve can attest to that, we're here. We're here. We're looking at the beautiful facility. We're getting sold on Wellsworth. So that in itself is a value.
We talk businesses. You know, a hospital's a business, right? You all figured that out? So first, and we're probably the largest employer, I think, in this immediate region. But what I do want to share with you is a couple of things. Oh, and by the way, Erica, you're on another board? You're already on my board. Busy. I know. So with that, what I want to share with you tonight, I'll start with, you all know we opened about a year ago, our new ICU. If any of you have not seen it, fortunately you don't have to visit someone there, but if you did, it's impressive. It's a brand new 8-bed ICU. We had an old 6-bed ICU. And in fact, coming down the elevator, a visitor called me out and said, I just want you to know the nurses up there are unbelievable, compassionate, caring. I said, good, I want to hear that stuff because that's one example of, and we added a new pulmonologist this year as well. So we have an intensivist in that unit, and it's the example of, that I love to share, you don't need to go to Worcester for everything. You get a lot of more secondary and tertiary stuff done locally. And that new ICU brings me to the next thing, which is the old ICU. Any of you had the opportunity to be on the second floor in a 6-bed ICU that was cramped and awful and needed to be renovated 10 years ago? Well, it's no longer an ICU because we have this 8-bed one upstairs. But what it leads me to is, anyone know anybody who's depressed? Anyone? Okay, we're all depressed, right? Other than me. I'm the happiest, optimistic guy in the world, but I recognize there are a lot of people who may not be like me. So what I wanted to share with you, because you should know this, because this is my opportunity to send a message to the community, right? So we have 2 programs, and one existed for the last 3 years, and maybe you're aware, maybe you're not. It was new to me when we started about 4 years ago. It's called TMS, Transcranial Magnetic Stimulation. You go get treatment 5 days a week for 6 weeks, and they put you in a room, an exam room, with a helmet on that has magnets in it. It actually makes a difference for severely depressed patients who have not made it on medication. And you know what? The therapist says to me, this person never smiled, never talked. He has a new life. I said, wow, that's impressive. So that's out there. If you know anybody, not yourselves, of course, because you're all so happy, but if you know anybody who might need that help, check it out. Refer to our program because and it's covered by insurance, if most people would, but it's an incredible program. And You literally sit in a chair for 10 minutes, 5 times a week for 6 weeks. And if that could change your life, that's not a bad investment, right? The second is what's called ketamine. Ketamine is simply a nasal spray. Is anyone familiar with ketamine treatment? Not a lot of places are doing it, but we're starting it in a month or two. And that ketamine program, you get a nasal spray, but you have to stick around for 2 hours because there could be side effects. But it's also very effective at depression. So we're putting both of those programs in our old ICU and make good use of it as clinical space. So we'll have patients who could take either or both programs and get treated in the old ICU, which is being renovated as we speak, so it'll be Class A office space. So I just want to share that with you because I'm serious about the fact that behavioral health is a huge need. Let's just call it what it is, right? And we've recognized that if you look at all the programs Harrington offers, everything from 40 inpatient beds to 2 partial hospital programs to outpatient clinics to these 2 programs. And if you know anybody who's really struggling with addiction and wants to get help, the usual problem is they can't get an appointment, right? They can't get help. We'll get them in that day or the next day. In Webster, we like to call it, the title is Addiction Immediate Care. It's basically urgent care for addicts. And we help you get, whether it's alcohol or substance use, drugs, we'll get you help right away. And we'll get you on either ketamine, not ketamine, we'll get you on Vivitrol, Suboxone, or methadone with counseling. So we have the full service. And I want to share that with you and everybody watching, I hope, because it's really, quite frankly, I think most of you know, we've been with UMass now, it'll be 5 years this July. Time does fly, that's amazing, July 1 of 21. And we have more behavioral health and substance use programs than the entire UMass system. And that's, we've become their flagship for how to run behavioral health programs. So I want to share that with you because if you don't need the help, I'm sure you know someone who does. And I'll just leave it at that. Thank you. Yes.
Just from a trajectory and percentage standpoint, when you say that we have more than the rest of UMass, what does that mean from a number standpoint?
So we have 40 beds. They probably have 40 beds in the 40 or 50 beds in the entire rest of the system, counting Worcester, Clinton, Health Alliance, Marlboro. So we have at least as much as them, and we're one of the smallest entities within the UMass system. We have a large, like the other 2 programs, TMS, and we're the only ones doing it in the system. So that's another example. We have 2 partial hospital programs, which are half-day programs. They don't have any. So we came into the system being able to showcase all that we've done and continue to grow. And in my mind, that's huge, that we could show them you could do it, and we do it cost effectively.
Erica?
No microphone. No microphone. My name is Erica Burrows. I'm from the Center of Hope Foundation. As Ed mentioned, I just am a glutton for punishment. I love to be on boards. So I also want to talk briefly about, before I knock over Dave's drinks, the Central Mass South Chamber of Commerce. So the Central Mass South Chamber of Commerce and the Southbridge Business Partnership have been working side by side, again, to promote business and opportunities for learning and development in the Southern Worcester County area. The Chamber of Commerce, I know there's a lot of rumors that the Chamber of Commerce no longer exists. What happened is that we partnered with Worcester, and that's just made us stronger through that partnership. So there's more opportunities to attend there. Well, opportunities have always existed, frankly. We just didn't realize that they existed. But folks are invited to attend on February 25th. We have a Fun at 5 at Deep Roots Distillery. Just an awesome opportunity to go. Check out their small business. There's some axe throwing, opportunities to meet other folks and network. They also have a legislative breakfast, and Congressman Neal is going to be the keynote speaker on April 30th, and that's going to be held at the barn. In terms of the Center of Hope, for those of you who don't know, we are a chapter of the ARC, which is the oldest and largest disability advocacy organization in the United States. We serve about 500 families in our central Mass area. We go all the way up to Worcester, out to almost Springfield, and then we're out in like Sutton, Grafton, that area. So we serve a very large catchment area. We will be having a what's called a sandwich and social. So we invite folks to come and just to visit with our programs, to come and see what we do. We do a lot of small business, social entrepreneurship, so networking. Yep. So you guys are all invited to come on March 11th. We will be serving lunch from our restaurant, which is called Scoops of Hope, and we don't just serve ice cream. We serve lunch, breakfast, lunch, and we'll be serving dinner as well very soon. And then on June 11th, for those of you who have been around here for a while, as most of you have, you know the Howard family, Jim and Cindy. Jim was the founder of the Center of Hope Foundation, and his wife Cindy, they were both CEOs at the Center of Hope. Cindy retired just this past June, and we will be having our 70th anniversary gala at Samuel Slater's and also honoring her legacy. So for any of you who know Cindy, who would like to come and honor her legacy, we invite you all to attend on June 11th.
My name is Flor, everyone, and I am about a year into my business here in Southbridge. I own Timeless Beauty Bar and Wellness. I am a registered nurse. I've actually worked at the hospital, and I've seen the new ICU. Beautiful job. My business doesn't just do Botox and fillers, but we do women's health, men's health. We provide a variety of different services. Just a few months ago, we started providing education training for nurses and estheticians who want to advance their training in the beauty industry. So we do lots of stuff. So definitely check out our website. Next month, I'll be hosting the Business Town Partnership at my location. So I hope everybody come out and sees it. The town has really helped me to make a beautiful storefront space. So definitely come on down and check us out.
Hi, everybody. Jazz Yoga Health and Wellness. And just kind of piggybacking a little bit on Ed's conversation around substance use and depression and mental wellness. And Jazz Yoga Health and Wellness recently really expanding on a lot of the services that I offer. It's not a traditional, I don't have a physical location, a studio, but I go to different organizations like the Bridge to Hope. I recently started a mindfulness and storytelling program for people in recovery at the Peer Recovery Center here in Southbridge. I also partner with Stars of the Future, who are new members here. And we do after-school programs. I do, again, yoga and storytelling with the students twice a month. I've recently expanded, and I will be doing a new program that I just got certification for yoga for first responders, and really thinking about all of our different elements in our community, our veterans, our first responders who deal with so much stress, and thinking about the suicide rates in the communities of people that really serve us, right? And selflessly give of themselves time and time again and don't get a lot of help themselves. And so I will be reaching out to our local departments and offering services through this new certification. I'm also expanding into my other hat as an author and as a writer. I do grant writing, and I partner with organizations to get the funding to provide these programs to businesses, to organizations, to schools, so that participants get the services free at the point of service, right? They don't have to worry about an expensive studio covering overhead, so that they really can get the services that they need, and really making yoga accessible. And yoga is not just the physical movement. Yoga is mindfulness, meditation, all of the different pieces that people really need nowadays, and it needs to be accessible to everyone in our communities. It shouldn't just be for someone that can afford an expensive yoga retreat in Puerto Rico. I mean, that's great. I'll invite you when I do one there. But with my other hat, I am now part of an anthology with 20 other Latina writers in Ella Poderosa anthology, and I'll be doing an event at the Jacob Edwards Library on April 27th from 6 to 7:30. I'm part of a panel, and we'll be talking about the book and the process of coming together as Latinas and writing about our stories of resilience and culture and all of the things that are under attack right now. So really proud of that project. And so I hope to partner with many more people in this room to bring those services and my expertise to your organizations and your communities. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hiya, I'm Maura Power, and maybe you've seen me before. So I'm going to start off with Trinity Catholic Academy. I had sons that went there, and they have an annual auction that's coming up. It's the 7th annual silent auction. It's a real gem in our community, the school, and it's Friday, March 20th, 6 to 10. It's at the Public House, so if you want more information or want to be part of it, but it's great, and all the funding goes back to the school, and it's a great little school. Which they move mountains there, and the education is amazing. So that's with Trinity. And the other piece is the 4th of July Road Race is live with our runners sign up, and the Veterans Council has voted in to take full responsibility of the race moving forward this year. So thank you. And I've been working hard with the Veterans Council, and so the race is live as of Sunday. And you can register, you can donate. Some of you are regulars from year after year. There's going to be a couple changes. We're going to be leaving from the community center, but really exciting changes. It's the 250th of the state, so we're going to kind of incorporate that, as well as the 77th running of the race itself, which is just amazing for our community. So if there's anything else, I've got some flyers, some sponsorships. And we did do a coffee blend last year. I'd imagine we'll do it again, which is part of the fundraiser. So if you're interested, from Southbridge Coffee Roasters, Elvis and Karen, you can also see me or see our website. So everything's updated. So thank you for your support.
I'm Cheyenne. I'm with Moon Magic Cafe, but actually I'm also with the Thompson Business Association. I am the secretary. Allie's actually our vice president. And we do have a challenge for our next meeting, March 11th, location to be determined. But we are trying to get our membership to grow there as well. There's no harm in joining other partnerships. We actually are partnering with other local partnerships. We would want to do stuff with Southbridge, Charlton, Dudley, anyone we can. Yep, we actively partner with Webster right now. So we'd like to extend an invite to everyone to join our next meeting. You can find us online, Thompson Business Association, on Facebook. We have a website, all that kind of fun stuff. So we just want to put a hand out there and say, come join us, see what we have to offer out there. Another great thing that we offer is the third Tuesday of every month, you have the opportunity to go on WINY radio. I was just on it with a couple of our members this past Tuesday, and it's just a really great way to get your business out there. It goes all over the place, and I mean, we're not far from Thompson, so it's definitely something to think about.
One of the many things we offer at SBP with the marketing department is actually that I will go out and take a video of your business or what you are doing, and I put it on all of our media platforms. So that is something that is available to you. It is a benefit that I have been pushing the last couple months and just want to make more awareness for it. Not only that, but we are putting up local blog posts about the area. Some of them have been written by our lovely interim secretary over here, Greg. Been writing about the history of the town and what we got going on and showcasing Southbridge. Oh, don't tell me that. I'll take this back right now. And I'm not just standing here waiting for my father-in-law to give me a congratulations for being here. I'll buy him a beer for that one. But thank you. There's a lot of benefits to being a member here. I do have many other hats as well. I will join the group of A Glutton for Punishment, so I guess we can start our own club with another board if you would like to. I am the VP over at the Thompson Business Association. We do partner with other associations regularly. We do mixers at places like Christopher Heights. The Webster Dudley Business Alliance partners with us often. We go up to Putnam and etc. I have partnered with other organizations all the way up till Worcester, and it's really just a good resource for you guys. I do not charge through any of the associations if you come to me and just look for basic marketing advice for your business, or if you're just looking for some helpful tips or anything like that. I did recently just travel down to Texas to meet up with the Rosenberg Group, and they are a multi-million-dollar industry for contractors and real estate agents, as well as just general business coaching. So through that, I bring back a lot of skills and things for you guys to utilize that are free to you just for being a member of these organizations. So if you're looking for help with your website, just to do a quick audit for things that you can do, or just refresh your LinkedIn or anything like that, go right through the associations. We're here for you. We're here to help you, and the purpose is to help you grow.
Thanks, Sean. Hi, everyone. I'm Debbie Shiro. I'm the treasurer of the Southbridge Business Partners, as well as the director of the Optical Heritage Museum. And I just wanted to bring back why you should join the Southbridge Business Partnership. So I met Bill Metzger, who is the educational superintendent of Southbridge, at one of our meetings last year. And we had a great conversation about how we can integrate the history of the museum and AO and bring it to life and pride with our kids in Southbridge. And after numerous conversations and help from our local folks, such as Jasmine, we were finally able to make this happen. We're having the Southbridge Middle School come visit us next Thursday and Friday for a full history immersion on the history and pride of Southbridge innovation. And that really is the crux of why you should join this partnership, the relationship you can build. And we are a 501c3. But the value of having our history of the museum live is tremendous for this town. And again, I always say this, if you Google what is there to do in Southbridge, we come up as number 1, 2, and also Old Sturbridge Village, even though you're in South Sturbridge. We need to keep this going. So, no factory outlet. So anyway, we're super thrilled.
We have a satellite at the museum.
So we've got a great thing going on, this full immersion next Thursday, Friday. Charles Diaz is going to put this on cable for us. We're going to market the hell out of it. But moreover, our students are going to be the primary beneficiaries of this. Secondly, I wanted to share that we still have tickets remaining for our murder mystery dinner at the museum, April 18th, 6 o'clock, 3-course meal, champagne at the end.
Dessert, raffles.
Raffles for Cooking with Rico in Sturbridge. So if you're interested, please visit. If you're on Facebook, go to Murder at the Museum. You will see all the details. If you have any issues getting to it, just please email me, debbieshiro@gmail.com, and I will give you details.
My name is Miguel Rivera. I'm the founder, president of Stars of the Future, Inc. We're a nonprofit in town dedicated to youth development. And we do after-school programs. We do sports programming, all free to the community. And we have an event coming April 4th at the Eagles Club next to Green Meadows. And it's going to be a bingo night. And we're looking for local businesses to donate to the event. So that way, the prizes are not going to be money. It's going to be just stuff from the community, like gift cards. Shout out to KK. He's one of our first sponsors for the event. And yeah, so we're a nonprofit, and we're just bringing a great space for the youth to come and just be themselves and learn at the same time. So we bring other local resources, like we have banks that come in and teach financial literacy to the kids. We have Yoga with Jazz that comes in every second Thursday of the month and teaches mindfulness and yoga. We have Billy with Crossing the Rubicon that comes in and mentors our youth. And we just bring all the resources in the community to our kids at a young age. We start at 8 years old, and we go all the way to seniors.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Peg Whitney. I'm a Mary Kay consultant. That's one hat I wear, but having nothing to do with that, or put it aside as one message that I do. Secondly, what I really wanted to focus on tonight was I've majored in social services, and I worked on psych and whatnot in former years. But what I love dealing with the mentally ill. my daughter actually works for the sheriff's office, and she has her own program that she works for him. Nevertheless, the two of us went last night to a program in Worcester, and it was a homeless shelter, but it was an overload, or what have you. But I wondered if there's anybody, maybe Ed Moore, maybe you could help out, or somebody else that was speaking about the mentally ill. Do you think we can have Webster and Southbridge? Really, there are several mentally ill people and drug addiction within the communities of Southbridge and Webster. Probably more, but within this area. And is there any way that you can help, or anyone can help, or have any suggestions or ideas? Would be great. I'd certainly appreciate it. I definitely would volunteer.
Well, I'd just like to say welcome to everyone, even though you've been here for a while. Hopefully you enjoyed tonight. I partner with half the people in the room, I think. Different stars of these, like you guys called and said, hey, I need a favor. I think we're supporting an auction coming up. We're very much trying to support the community. Our bread and butter is big state or regional association business. But I talked about a half dozen of you at the reception, and you said, yeah, I came here at an event, or my cousin was here for an event a few weeks ago. So while we want large, big groups business, because we're a 203-room hotel with 24,000 square feet of meeting space, we still want to partner and support the community. So if you guys need help supporting an overnight stay to generate some revenue, we'll help you out. Might not be able to do it every year or every request, but we'll certainly we'll go through the gamut and help you out as much as we can. But that's us. We wanted to thank Debbie again. It's been a couple years since we rebranded from Southbridge Hotel and Conference Center to the Wellsworth Hotel. Probably 2-3 out of every 10 guest comment cards that we have comment about our history, comment about AO, and they are so happy that Southbridge Hotel and Conference Center, while it was great, it's same building, same structure. It didn't feel like home to a lot of people, and now people are coming and staying here and visiting Southbridge and eating at the restaurants and taking a look at what we have to offer here, because it's new and different, even though it's the same building. So just want to say thank you all. Appreciate you coming. Thank you.
First of all, thank you for voting me in as the VP. I really appreciate that. Bottom of my heart.
Good job.
But that being said, I want to just say thank you to John for putting this on today, and for Steve. He's always been a great host for the Veterans Council and stuff like that. So I just have a few things to talk about real quick, and bear with me, please, while we go through it. First, I want to talk about the Veterans Council of Southbridge has grown quite a bit, and I've got members back there that are, I've got Keith Roberts, who's the Veteran Service Officer for the town of, actually 4 towns, but mainly for the town of Southbridge. You got Tracy, who is the Vice President of the Veterans Council, and Keith is the Treasurer of the Veterans Council. We also have John, and we have Sarah here, who's the Vice President, Secretary of the Auxiliary that just stood up a few months ago. And 5 years ago, we had 2 or 3 members left. And this has been rebuilt completely. The Veterans Council, along with the Auxiliary, they've been big supporters of us for our causes and their own causes as well. So I wanted to reach out and say thank you for all the hard work they've done. We just did a Valentine's Day for the veterans of our community and their families. That was free of charge at Candlestick Bowling, and that was pretty interesting that day. But great time. But they also have you have an event on April 10th, right, or 16th? 10th at the Italian Club for a fundraiser for the Auxiliary. And then we have a golf tournament coming up in July. June 27th. Thank you, Jesus. All right, I'm prepared. And then we got Mara, who's running the road race for the Leonid J. Lemire road race. We've got quite a few events coming up this year, and a resources day that we're going to put on for veterans and their family members. The Veterans Council is big into helping the local veterans, not only with Chapter 115 as the Mass General Law to support them and their surviving spouses and dependent adult children, but also help out with rental and food assistance for veterans and their loved ones. and we were the ones that redid the park over by the fire station, and that was donations, and now we're doing the $2 million project over at Dresser Park. And hopefully that'll be up and running in a couple of years. It's hard to raise a couple $1 million. But bear with us, we have an intent. We do the Memorial Day Parade, the Veterans Day Parade. Thank you so much, Steve, and your staff. Where's Ed? I don't know if Ed's back there. Thank you again. We had about 215 to 225 family members and supporters of the Veterans Council of Southbridge. The place was packed over here, and it was amazing to see our community back together like that. I do want to reach out, the town guide that John had brought up, we're at a process now of bringing on a publisher. So there's like 3 or 4 publishers who have asked, provided us quotes at our next meeting, subcommittee meeting. We'll be voting for that publisher, and then we can start the process up, and we'll be reaching out to all the members. Grant. There's a grant out there that I didn't tell, I don't think I told Ellis or I told Olivia yet, but we're going to be releasing that grant. The partnership has $3,500 for grant for businesses, not for profits. Not for profits go to the donation side. But this grant is for the businesses and with the community. $3,500 doesn't sound like a lot of money, but at the time we were taking a vote on that because we were making sure that IRS-wise we were all legal, doing the right things by it. So that'll be released very soon out to the members and with the application packet as well. I do want to bring, everybody comes here for politics, so let's go ahead and talk about that for a second. I'm also on the town council. I just wanted to reach out and say, listen, we have an issue within the town, and I thank John for allowing me to be on the soapbox about this. We have a dispatch problem within our community. Recently, the town council voted negatively to join a regional dispatch. At the time, it was 7 towns that were part of this partnership, and now we're at 12. But Southbridge isn't one of them. At the end of the day, I can give you all the numbers, and I've got all that up there for you. The fact is, the first 3 years of the contract cost $0 to the town of Southbridge, which starts in fiscal year 28. We still have to keep the lights on at the police station, and that's minimal funding because you have to have somebody to pay attention to the jail and then 911 walk-ins as well. So we do have to pay, use taxpayer money for that. But we also, the fact is, by the fiscal year 29, it's $195,000 to the town, vice over $2 million if we get the 14 dispatchers, we raise their benefits up to $10 an hour, the town can't afford it, and we try to explain that. So we have an initiative petition. It's a non-binding. By our charter, you're not allowed, the town council makes the decision unless it's a 2.5 override or other financial issues. This is a non-binding, but it's forcing the town council to take a look at it and see what the people want. We did this during the marijuana question years back. We also did this for the schools question as well, just a couple years ago. At that time, the council took it right to the ballot to let the people talk. At this point, they have no interest in doing that, the 6 individuals. I have asked specifically to the chair to put it on the next agenda. If he does not do that, we'll go by the charter, and the charter states I can get 3 signatures from town council, and we'll be forced to do a special town council meeting. Now, they can all vote whatever they want, but at the end of the day, it puts pressure on them to take a look at our financial needs within the community. And be honest with you, there's night and day compared to our own local dispatch, who we can't even keep on the books. We have firefighters doing overtime over there. They stopped doing that because they realized that the town was not supporting the dispatch at this point in time. Town of Southbridge has 9 dispatchers. 2 of them are in training, so you're now down to 7. 1 just resigned, you're down to 6. We can never match what the regional dispatch is going to provide them in benefits. And it's just not this area that's doing this. You're talking all the way to California. Regional dispatchers are all over the United States now because the towns and cities cannot afford a regular dispatch. I do have the initiative petition. If anybody wants to sign it, you have to be a Southbridge voter. I apologize for the political side. Usually I'll come up here and talk about the government per se and what we're doing with the roads issues and the few other things that we've got going on. But this, obviously, myself and partner in crime, Shelley, she couldn't make it. She's heading over to a PPP meeting where they're not hiring on 2 firefighters and 1 police officer because they said it costs too much. So that being said, That's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about it this evening. It doesn't make any sense. And everybody, only 6 people, all the unions are for it, the chiefs are for it, town manager's for it, most of the public is for it. So I apologize again, going on a tangent on that. So we have Moon Magic. We also have 769. I'm going to mess this up because I'm thinking beer when I say saloon, but salon. There you go. So I always say saloon. 769 Salon. It's on Worcester Street. So we have that there. We also have, I'll be posting on social media here tonight or tomorrow. But there's a lot of petitions actually out there, so we're doing very well with signature. We just hope we don't drive up.
I'll have a petition at the Dexter outlet.
And Dexter Outlet has one, thank you. So there's a lot of places, but thank you, John. I appreciate Dexter Russell doing it as well. It's about our community at this point in time. And then, what was the other thing? That is it. I'm done. I'll fall off the soapbox. Get off of there. But thank you for your time. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you, Dave. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
All right, thank you so much, everybody coming. This seemed like a really productive meeting. It was a nice turnout. Great to see everybody once a month. This is awesome. Thank you for coming and talking to us about QV. But thank you so much, and just everybody remember that March 25th is our next partner meeting, and that is going to be at Timeless Beauty Bar and Wellness. Thank you. All right. I think we're done.